Several years ago, she encouraged some of her advanced students to begin meeting regularly in order to share their problems and successes with each other. They call themselves the Peninsula Serregraphers.
But I never did much work on my own, I think, until Peggy and Mariella and 5 of us went together and went in a show. None of us ever believed that we could sell anything or had even tried.
This group has grown and continues to provide a unique artistic support system for its members. Anne still meets with them when she can fit a trip to the Bay Area into her schedule.
Hey,
Has your button been around?
Hey, can I trade you a
Yeah,
friend?
believe it or not, I have a friend.
Can I trade you a friend?
She has created a group of friends through the art process that have become very, very close and intimate companions in art, and because of her, it has given us a feeling of an extended family, which I'm very grateful for.
We had a marvelous time. We went out on locations and got inspired and did sketches and had picnic lunches and experimented in class and had a lot of successes and a lot of failures, and they were all fun.
I guess what I remember about Anne, or what has been most beneficial to me as a person and as an artist, is her questioning, and that she always stimulated, which promotes growth. And I think the most perfect gift that anyone could give anybody is the ability to grow and to think and to be in a different place than you were when you met that person.
Well, she just is so vivacious and so enthusiastic about what she's doing always, and she makes you want to get in there and do it yourself. And that's really something to do, because screen printing is very messy, and you have to want to be willing to get very dirty in order to do it.
Yeah.
It's a messy business.
Yeah.
But she just has such a marvelous enthusiasm. It comes through regardless of what's happening to her personally. She's had some terrible tragedies in her life, and it's still there.
I was teaching art and I found out about silkscreen and discovered that Anne taught silkscreen. So at night while I was teaching, I went up and took her class. Mm-hmm. And I was so turned on and excited that I'd work until 2 o'clock in the morning every night, because she put it in a way that was meaningful to me. You know, that you could do your design and stop, and then you could come back an hour later and print, and then you could serve lunch to the children and come back.
I was, by the end of the semester, totally addicted to printmaking, and specifically to silkscreen, as well as to Anne's way of teaching. And since then, I've become a member of Peninsula Serregraphers, and I've also inherited the class at College of San Mateo from her, the evening class, when she migrated to Mendocino. And so I feel that I'm part of her legacy, and I use her slides and many of her concepts to this day.
Anne moved to Mendocino when she and her second husband, the father of their 2 sons, decided that their 25-year partnership was at an end. It was a new life with many challenges and rewards. She found new friends, a new relationship, new images for inspiration, and a new confidence in being able to earn her living as an artist.
We walked around town and looked at spots where these were taken. Gallery Fair's across the street, and the tower that I had that was blown down was over here. And my first experience was looking at things and doing the sketch, and then 2 weeks later finding that this tower blew down. They didn't have any water in it. It had been rebuilt for the Russians are coming, and was solid as could be, but with no water, the wind just took it down one day. And it's very sad, because I think it was the tallest and the prettiest one in town. It had 2 tanks, and we had a nice fence, which is almost gone now, and a wooden walk which is now gone, and this little windmill, which is quite attractive. And I thought, In the meantime, after this was done, they built a great big water tank right in here. So you can't see this, or a good deal of it anymore. It's too, everything is changing.
The scene is gone.
And this one, the pond filled up and all our geese and our ducks went away. And it was kind of disappointing. So even that sort of thing changed. And the trees grew up in front of the inn, the McCallum house, and we couldn't see it. And suddenly I began to feel maybe what I was looking at, I was beginning to be an historical reporter. Suddenly they cleared out all the brush and the tree. They took off the loose limbs, practically of everything in town, because the American Crafts Council was going to have a meeting of their board in town. And the head man owns the big hotel in town, so everybody was cleaning up their yards, and it looked so gorgeous that I sat down and drew the sketch. And after they left, about 3 weeks later, they dug the pond up. And this is a view across the street of a place that they're considering building 12 units in this open area on the right. It's the oldest house in town. So again, I feel as though maybe I'm putting it down for history. I like it after storms, looking across the town, and I like the evening lights coming on. And that fence is almost gone. The view from the cemetery over our only market and across the village was a pleasant view, and I've wanted to do it for a long time. And after one tree in the cemetery went down, I thought, well, I'd better go up and hide behind the other one and draw the picture. And this little pasture in the spring, they brought the ponies into it, and they ate up everything they could before it dried up. And it was such a nice view across the town. But the next 2 weeks went by, and it became a parking lot. This is the newest one, and it looks through on a very windy, rainy day. It's such fun to go downtown and see what the waves are doing when there's a blow, because we don't often get a big enough one to rumble up the other side of the street. And I liked this view. And here's a little bit of the reverse, because here's a tower that they've just built. This is the first one that has come into being in the village. Maybe the towers are going to make a comeback. And maybe the fences will too. I'm hoping to encourage it.